Everyone. Thanks for tuning in as I continue forward on the confidence, self-confidence series of posts. One of the beliefs that I want to highlight in this post is actually a global belief, a general belief you may hear out there about human beings. So there are cultural narratives that, from my perspective, serve no value or purpose for human achievement, for human progress, for human evolution, for human creativity. And this is one of those beliefs. And I want to bring it to your attention because what you believe as a generalization can influence how you perceive and assess yourself. So any of those general globalized beliefs about human beings. Human beings are this, human beings are that. If you buy into those, if you subscribe to those cultural narratives, when you come, sort of zoom in on the individual, that collective generalization is also saying something about the individual. So one of the things that I encourage, whether we're talking about consciousness expansion, personal growth, personal development, manifestation, or the wide array of topics that I cover, it's important to take a look at the beliefs, the ideas, the narratives that you're subscribing to about human beings as a whole, as well as, what you individually believe about yourself. What are those collective generalizations about human nature and human beings that you've bought into that, for whatever reason, you've sort of unquestionably accepted that premise, that belief, that idea. And this is one of those beliefs that I highly encourage letting go of. Like kick it out the door, if you will, kick it out the door of your consciousness, because it is not a useful belief. And that is that human beings are insignificant. There's this narrative, and I don't know where it came from, why it came to be, and why it was ever believed to be a useful idea to put out there and to buy into. But there's this narrative that I occasionally come across someone, expressing, and that is, in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scale of the cosmos, human beings are infinitesimal, they're insignificant. And while I understand that sort of context appropriate picture that, whoever came up with this idea meant to express, in the greater cosmic landscape, human beings are likely one of many life forms. Human beings are a young species, from my perspective. Human beings are a life form on a planet with trillions of other life forms. So in that context, I understand the need to say human beings are one of many of life's creations. But to frame that kind of description in a way that says human beings are, tiny, minuscule, insignificant, does not serve conscious, sentient beings. It doesn't serve them any purpose. It doesn't serve us any purpose to have this belief, to buy into this belief that we are insignificant. And when you come down to an individual, would you teach your children, would you teach your loved ones that they are insignificant? That's another way of saying that there's little value in a human being. There's little cosmic currency, that kind of a narrative. And I am like, no, thank you to that idea, because if human beings are going to continue to achieve, create, innovate, push the boundaries of technology, push the boundaries of human achievement, to continue to create civilizations, to continue to create, the types of technology, the types of systems, the types of experiences that we've been creating, if we're going to continue to do that, and if we're going to improve upon what we've already achieved, we can't do it while subscribing to ideas that say we are insignificant. Insignificant is such a limiting idea for what consciousness can bring forward, for what consciousness can create, for what consciousness can allow to happen in this expanse of our embodied physical experience. Now, from a consciousness first worldview perspective, from that quantum biological framework that I'm developing, the ideas you subscribe to as an individual or on a larger generalized scale can influence what you are able to co-creatively bring about from the quantum field. If, as I see it, human beings are developing the skill of being able to directly influence reality at the fundamental level, a human being, a quantum biological human being, is by no way insignificant. As we develop that skill, as we develop and refine and make more precise our ability to alter the events of space-time itself, what we can achieve, what we can do, what we can accomplish, will confound anything that we've ever done before. Meaning, we've yet to see the full expression of the quantum biological potential. We've yet to see the full expression, exactly what we can do, how far we can go, what we can bring forward as an embodied experience in this amazing biological landscape. We've yet to see the height of human achievement. We're seeing exponential growth of a number of different technologies, a number of different systems in our existence. From my perspective, that is just the beginning glimpses of what human beings can achieve, can accomplish co-creatively from that perspective of being able to directly influence the framework of our existence itself, reality itself. So what I encourage you to do is question those types of beliefs, question the types of beliefs that are out there that you may have come across, that you may be subscribing to, that make you believe that you are small, that make you believe that you are insignificant, that tell a story that is really not an empowering story. It in no way reflects what I believe to be what the universal intelligence, cosmic consciousness has endowed human beings with. So anytime I hear ideas that sort of limit the very idea of humanity itself, I twitch a little bit. I get a little bothered, if you will, because ideas are meant to evolve. Ideas are meant to continue to allow a human being, from my perspective, to express greater and greater and greater degrees of freedom, greater degrees of creativity, greater degrees of self-expression, greater degrees of, all of the different facets of human intelligence and consciousness itself. The fact that we are able to experience reality the way that we do, and the fact that we can co-creatively influence the events, current and future events, within this quantum biological framework, within a consciousness first worldview, the fact that we have these abilities tells me that by design, human beings are meant to be more than we've likely ever previously thought, expected, or anticipated. So I encourage you to, explore your ideas about humanity itself, explore idea about the beliefs, assumptions, ideas you've subscribed to, and begin to recognize that not all ideas that are, sort of out in the cultural landscape are useful. They're not empowering. They're not resourceful. They're not reflective of what you can express individually and what humanity can express as a whole. So I wanted to share that bit of insight and sort of, create that link that what you believe about humanity as a whole can influence how empowered you feel in your life. If you believe you are impactful, if you believe that you can impact not only your home life, your professional life, your community, but planetary life even, the ideas that you entertain have to sort of be congruent with that understanding, with that vision, with that intention, with that perspective. So that was just a touch point on, evaluating those general beliefs that are out there in the same way that you sort of look at your own beliefs about yourself. Take a look at beliefs about human nature, beliefs about humanity, and assess them and evaluate them for their usefulness in empowering you to achieve the things that you want to achieve at whatever scale that you want to achieve them on.